Y'all, and we are back. Now, I've been missing for about 2 days, and here's my explanation. So, I read from the easy to read version, and I use my children's cellular device to read from the ERV version because I'm recording from my phone. So, what had happened was both of the phones were lost for 2 days straight. hmm Today I decided, I said, Lord, I'm falling behind. Please help us find these phones today. Literally 5 minutes after I said that prayer, the Lord said, check your closet. Holy Spirit said, check your closet in the clothes bucket. Lord and behold, the phone is right there. So I charge it up and now we back rolling. So trying to get caught up. We catching up on the 21st. Mind you, today is the 31st. So we a whole 10 days behind. So yeah, that's that. I'm trying to get caught up. But anywho, that's that explanation. Only thing I regret is not praying sooner. That's my lesson. Day one after the phone was lost, I should have been like, Lord help me. But I did not. So anywho, we picking up January 21st. On our 1 year reading Bible plan, January 21st, and we read in Exodus 21st, Exodus chapter 32 verse 1 through chapter 34 verse 35. Now we only got 3 chapters to read today, so this shouldn't be just extremely lengthy of a video, but that's what we're doing today. Our recap on the 20th, we read chapters 25 through 31 in Exodus, and we got one more day before we gonna knock this book down. So what had happened in the recap? Chapter 25, God told Moses, like, look, I'm finna start accepting gifts. The Israelites will start bringing me gifts. These the type of gifts that I start accepting. He told Moses the type of gifts to accept from the Israelites for him. So God is accepting gifts through man, Moses, but they are for him. God also gave Moses instructions on how to build the holy tent where he would come and meet with him and where all the people will make sacrifices. So God gave Moses specific detailed instructions on how to make this holy tent and all the furniture that'll go in the holy tent. Furniture like the box of agreement, the table, lamp stands, all that, the curtains, the door to the tent, all that type of stuff. That's in Exodus chapter 25 and 26 is where God is giving details on how to make the holy tent and all the furniture in there. Also the altar for burnt offerings, the courtyard around the holy tent. Yeah, all this oil for the lamp. That's Exodus chapter 27. In Exodus chapter 28, God tell Moses, like, look, Aaron and his sons gonna be the priests. I'm gonna teach you how to make basically their uniform, the ephod, which is the garment that they put on, the robe that they put on, the belt, everything. He gave Moses down to the T instructions on how to make this. um Verse 20, I mean chapter 29, he gives chapter 29, he gives Moses instructions on the ceremony to how to anoint the priest, which is Aaron and his sons, how to the anointing oil, sacrifice the sacrificial blood, how to put it on them, and how to anoint him to be priest, basically. That's what we read in chapter 29. Chapter 30, we talking about burnt incense, the temple tax, um, how every man must make a payment for himself, and the washing bowl for when you come in the meeting tent, how Aaron and his sons gonna wash their hands with this bowl that's in there. Again, talking about anointing oil, incense. Yeah, that's what went down in Exodus chapter 30. Now, our last chapter recap, chapter 31. He sends help. He basically like Moses, I done gave you instructions on what to do, but I done put my spirit into these two men. That's Bezalel and Aholiab, I believe. They skill and they knowledge in designer. They are designers. They skilled in knowledge and design. And so when it come to making Aaron and his sons ephod and the robes and stuff, that the basically the uniform for the priest, God have given these skilled workers the ability to come through and make those things for Moses, make those clothes for the priests, basically. So yeah, that's what we read for the 20th. Now it's the 21st that we catching up on, and this is Exodus chapter 32. Let us read Exodus chapter 32. The people saw that a long time had passed and Moses had not come down from the mountain, so they gathered around Aaron. They said to him, look, Moses led us out of the land of Egypt, but we don't know what has happened to him, so make us some gods to go before us and lead us. Pause. So mind you, Moses is up there on the mountain with God for 40 days, 40 nights. Like we said, about a month and some change. The Israelites are getting impatient now. Mind you, Moses went up that mountain and he left Aaron in charge. He like, look, you and her stay down here with these Israelites, and basically my job is gonna be yours. Y'all got problems, mind you. Moses was a judge. He was handling the people problems, all that type of stuff. So he like, look, y'all gonna report to Aaron instead of me, because I'm going up the mountain to meet with the Lord. So yeah, Moses been gone for about a month and some change. Israelites getting impatient. They surround Aaron and they like, look, Moses led us up out of Egypt and we ain't heard from him, ain't seen them, ain't none. So look, uh make us some gods, make us some false gods. The very thing God said don't do, commanded them not to do time and time again. That's the very thing they're gonna tap into. Verse 2, Aaron said to the people, bring me the gold earrings that belong to your wives, sons, and daughters. So the people collected all their gold earrings and brought them to Aaron. He took the gold from the people and used it to make an idol. Using a special tool, he shaped the gold into a statue of a calf. Aaron, you're supposed to be leading these people. At what point do you tell them, no, I'm not making you anything? If you want to make yourself a false god, you go right on ahead. But me as priest, I would not do it. At what point do you say that, Aaron? Then the people said, Israel, here are your gods. These are the gods that brought you out of the land of Egypt. Okay, pause. So let's just rewind this back. So chapters ago, God told them, he said, look, I appeared to you. Mind you, remember when God talked to them in that cloud with the thunder, and they was like, look, Moses, you just speak to us because we don't want to hear from God. If we hear from him, we'll die. And Moses like, look, it's okay. God just testing you. Just he ain't gonna do away with you. It's okay. Calm down. God specifically told them then, he said, look, I appeared to you. You did not see me in no shape, no form, no nothing. So do not make no idols or nothing in heaven, under the heaven, in the earth. None of that. Don't make that, because what image did you see of me? You didn't. You saw me appear to you in a cloud and my voice was like a thunder. So don't try me with these false gods. God was very specific when he told them that. So for you to go and say, look, this is what led us out of Egypt, yeah, you asking for it. You're asking for it. Verse 5, Aaron saw all these things, so he built an altar in front of the calf. Then Aaron made an announcement. He said, tomorrow will be a special festival to honor the Lord. The people woke up very early the next morning. They killed animals and offered them as burnt offerings and fellowship offerings. They sat down to eat and drink. Then they got up and had a wild party. Pause. So a wild party. What happens in a wild party? Because we just read this face value, but let's dig a little deep. A wild party consists of loud music, dancing, excessive drinking, rowdiness, prohibited and unaccepted behavior. That's what a wild party is, and this is all the activity that these people indulged in. Like y'all are trying it. Verse 7, at that same time, the Lord said to Moses, go down from this mountain. Your people, the people you brought out of the land of Egypt, have committed a terrible sin. They have very quickly turned away from what I commanded them to do. They made a calf from melted gold for themselves. They are worshiping that calf and making sacrifices to it. The people have said, Israel, these are the gods that led you out of Egypt. So Moses is up on the mountain meeting with God. Moses is not aware of what's happening down there. God is very much so aware of what's happening down there. Now he's letting Moses know, this meeting that we have in Moses, we're going to have to cut this one short. Go down there to them people. They doing the most. Verse 9, the Lord said to Moses, I have seen these people and I know that they are very stubborn. They will always turn against me. So now let me destroy them in anger. Then I'll make a great nation from you. So God ready to crash out at this point. No, he known for that. Like he's ready to, he like, look, I'm gonna do it to these people and I'm just gonna start over with you, Moses. uh but Moses, verse 11, but Moses begged the Lord his God, Lord, don't let your anger destroy your people. You brought them out of Egypt with your great power and strength. But if you destroy your people, the Egyptians will say God planned to do bad things to his people. That is why he led them out of Egypt. He wanted to kill them in the mountains. He wanted to wipe them off the earth. So don't be angry with your people. Please change your mind. Don't destroy them. Pause. So Moses is pleading on behalf of the Israelites. He basically saying, Lord, don't do it to them. Don't do it to them, because then you're going to get the enemies a reason to laugh at them. Basically, they were slaves in Egypt. You rescued them from the Egyptians. If you destroy them, the Egyptians is going to be like, oh, God just wanted to wipe these people out. Like you giving the Egyptians ammunition. Like, Lord, please don't crash out. Verse 13, Moses is telling God, remember Abraham, Isaac, and Israel. He like, God, don't crash out. Remember the agreement. These men served you and you used your name to make a promise to them. You said, I will make your people as many as the stars in the sky. I will give your people all this land as I promised. This land will be theirs forever. So now Moses is he trying to he reminding God of his word, like, Lord, don't crash out. Remember what you said. Remember the promise that you made to your people. Don't do as bad as you want to. He's talking God up off the ledge. Verse 14, so the Lord felt sorry for the people. So now God is calming down now. He did not want to do what he said he might do. He did not destroy them. Then Moses went down to the mountain. He had the 2 stone tablets with the agreement on them. The commandments were written on both sides of the stone, front and back. God himself made the stones and God himself wrote the commandments on them. Joshua heard the noise from the party in the camp. He said to Moses, it sounds like war down in the camp. Moses answered, it's not the noise of an army shouting for victory, and it's not the noise of an army crying from defeat. The noise I hear is the sound of music. Pause. So for Joshua to say the party sounded like war down in the camp, at this point, what were these people playing? Crying mob? What music were y'all playing? Boosie Set It Off? Like, what music were y'all playing that sound like war is my question. Verse 19, when Moses came near the camp, he saw the golden calf and the people dancing. So Moses see this golden calf that these people have made, this false god that God told them not to make. Then he see all these people just turned up, just having a good old time. He became very angry, and he threw the stone tablets on the ground. The stones broke into several pieces at the bottom of the mountain. Then Moses destroyed the calf that the people had made. He melted it in fire. Then he ground the gold until it became dust and threw it into the water. Then he forced the Israelites to drink that water. So Moses done sit here and destroyed this calf. He done melted this thing, he done melted it into gold. Then he done grind this gold up until it become pure dust. Then he go and get this dust and he throws it into the water. He get the water and he forced drink it. You better drink it now. He forces the Israelites to drink the water. Where we at? Verse 21, Moses said to Aaron, what did these people do to you that'll make you do this? What did you lead them to? Why did you lead them to do such a terrible sin? So Moses basically like, Aaron, some leader you are. Some leader you are. Like, what did they do? Did they hold a gun to your head? What did they do to make you do this terrible thing that the Lord told you, priest, that the Lord told you not to do? You have led them to do something terrible. Verse 22, Aaron answered, don't be angry, sir. He like, don't be mad at me. He got every right to be mad at you. You know that these people are always ready to do wrong. The people said to me, Moses led us out of Egypt, but we don't know what happened to him. So make us some gods to lead us. So I told the people, if you have any gold rings, then give them to me. The people gave me their gold. I threw the gold into the fire, and out of the fire came this calf. Moses saw that Aaron had let the people get out of control. They were being wild, and all their enemies could see them acting like fools. So God's people, special people that set apart. Your enemies, the sinners is seeing the saints act a plumb fool. Is what's happening. Verse 26, so Moses stood at the entrance to the camp and said, anyone who wants to follow the Lord should come to me. Everyone from the tribe of Levi ran to Moses. Pause. The tribe of Levi is the descendants of Levi. Basically, they are the Levites. Levi is Jacob, which is Israel's fourth, third son. Third son. Moses and Aaron also comes from the tribe of Levi. So this is like they first cousin, second cousin, brother, sister. This everybody from the tribe of Levi. All the descendants of Levi ran to Moses. Verse 27, then Moses said to them, I tell you what the Lord, the God of Israel says. Every man must get his sword and go from one end of the camp to the other. You men must kill those who are against the Lord, even if they are your brother's friends or neighbors. He like, look, cut them off. If they don't stand for what you stand for, get rid of them. That's what we about to do, because we got to get this evil about the land. This can't keep going on. Like, this already happened before. God done crashed out, flooded the earth. He done did away with Sodom and Gomorrah. Like, look, let's not keep playing with God like he just won't crash out for real. Verse 28, the people from the tribe of Levi obeyed Moses. That day about 3,000 of the people died. Then Moses said, take your role today as special servants of the Lord, because you are willing to fight against even your own sons and daughters. I mean, even your own sons and brothers. You will receive a blessing for this. So because you roll with God above your blood relative, God said, take your role. Moses telling the people, take your role as special servants of the Lord, because you really know ride for him. So he gonna ride for you, basically. Verse 30, the next morning, Moses told the people, you have committed a terrible sin, but now I'll go up to the Lord and maybe I can do something that he'll forgive you for your sin. So Moses went back to the Lord and said, please listen. These people committed a terrible sin and made a god from gold. Now forget them of this sin. If you will not forget them, then erase my name from your book. The devil is a lie, Moses. I'm not sacrificing my name out of the Lamb's book of life for no ninja. I'm sure not doing it. Do away with them. I need to see your glory when I leave this part of the earth. Better than me. Verse 33. But the Lord said to Moses, the only people I erase from my book are those who sin against me. So now go down and lead the people where I tell you to go. God, like, let me remind you, this is my programming, not yours. Not yours. We can reason if it sounds reasonable, but we ain't. That is what we not gonna do. Yeah. So God tell him, go on there, lead the people where I tell you to go. My angel will go before you and lead you. When the time comes to punish those who sin, they'll be punished. They got BTA with their name written on it. So the Lord caused a terrible sickness to come to the people. He did this because they told Aaron to make the golden calf. God, I feel like Aaron should have been the most sickest. That's what I feel like, because you know better. You know better. He should have been the most sick. Now, let's get into terrible sickness, because we don't want to just read this at face value. What's a terrible sickness? That's like high fever. That's bleeding, chest pain. You having a hard time breathing. You got severe headache. Suddenly you just become weak. Who is it? Who is it? Celeste. Don't worry about it. Yeah, so that's what a terrible sickness is. Um, get away from my door. Exodus chapter 33. Then the Lord said to Moses, you and the people you brought out of Egypt must leave this place. Go to the land that I promised to give to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which is the land of Canaan, if I'm not mistaken. I promised them that I would get it land to their descendants. So I sent an angel to go before you, and I'll defeat the Canaanites, Amorites, Hittites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites. I'll force them to leave your land. So God is back to regular programming at this point. God is letting him know, this is the agreement that I made from the beginning, to bring, for this the agreement that I made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob from the beginning. Let's get back to that before they started acting a fool. So when God say this land is inhabited by the Canaanites, Amorites, so basically these people are descendants from Canaan. Who is Canaan? Canaan is Ham's son. Who is Ham? Ham is one of Noah's sons, the one that sent him in his tent naked, and Noah got mad. Yeah, Ham seen his dad and Noah in a tent naked and drunk, and he go and tell his brothers. Noah wake up, he pissed, he mad, so he tell Ham, like, look, your son Canaan cursed, ain't nothing with him. So all these Canaanites, Amorites, they are descendants from Canaan, which is really descendants from Ham, Canaan's son, Ham's son, Canaan, basically. These people, what kind of people are these? The Canaanites, descendants from Canaan. Uh, Obviously, the Amorites, they powerful, tall, giant people. That's what Amorites is. The Hittites, descendants of Heth, which was Canaan's son. So Heth would be Ham's grandson, basically. And the Hittites are descendants of Heth. The Perizzites, they villagers that stay in the land of Canaan. The Hivites, they also descendants of Ham's son, which is Canaan. Who else we got? The Perizzites. Oh, we already did the Perizzites, right? Yeah, we did the Perizzites, their villagers. The Hivites, we did that already. The Jebusites. The Jebusites is the ones that was on go. They are known as warlike people. They ready to fight, ready for war. Also descendants of Canaan. They're combative, militant, martial, aggressive type people, on go, ready for whatever. Those are the people that God is saying that's inhabiting the land of Canaan, in which that he promised to the Israelites, but he gonna force these people to go, basically. God said, I forced them to leave your land, so go to the land filled with many good things, but I will not go with you. You people are very stubborn. If I go with you, I might destroy you along the way. Yo, this is so funny to me. This is so funny to me. The more I read about God's character, I'm like, okay, this is where I get it from. I had to get it from somewhere. Like, low tolerance for the BS. Mm-mm. God said, I'm going, he like, look, it's time to get up out of here. Go on now. Go on to the land that I promised you. Let's go and get this agreement over with. I ain't going with you. I'm going to send an angel. I'm going to send my representative, somebody to go on my behalf that's going to lead you the way. I ain't going with you. If I go with you, I might do it to you. 100% chance I do it to you. So I'm not going. Verse 4, the people heard this bad news and became very sad, so they stopped wearing jewelry. This was because the Lord said to Moses, tell the Israelites, you are a stubborn people. Pause. What does stubborn mean? Let's go back. Stubborn mean having or showing continuous determination not to change one's attitude or position of on something, especially in spite of good arguments or reason to do so. So you got a good reason to change your mind. You got a good reason to change your opinion. You got a good reason to change your behavior, but you're not doing it. You're determined not to change. That is what stubborn is. God, like, tell these Israelites, you are a stubborn people. I might destroy you even if I travel with you only a short time. So take all your jewelry while I take off all your jewelry while I decide what to do with you. So the Israelites stopped wearing their jewelry at Mount Horeb. So now God is in heaven and he like, what am I finna do with these people? Moses told me not to just completely wipe them out. I done already sent them this, a terrible sickness. Still don't feel like that's enough because they are stubborn. That ain't changed nothing. Let me see what I'm gonna do. Basically, that's what God doing. He like, look, just take your jewelry off while I decide what to do with y'all. While I decide y'all next punishment, basically. Cause yeah, I can't even go a mile with y'all. If I go a mile with y'all, out of here. Low tolerance, don't have time for it, not gonna do it. Verse 7, Moses used to take a tent a short way outside the camp. He called it the meeting tent. Anyone who wanted to ask something from the Lord would go to the meeting tent outside the camp. Pause. So this meeting tent is basically like an office for Moses. This the meeting tent that everybody meet with the Lord if they got something they want to ask the Lord, basically. Verse 8, anytime Moses went out to the tent, all the people watched him. They stood at the entrance of their tents and watched Moses until he entered the meeting tent. So basically, they standing at the doorway. Everybody standing at the doorway of their tent watching Moses go into his tent, go into the meeting tent, which is like the office. Whenever Moses went into the tent, the tall cloud would come down and stay at the entrance to the tent. Mind you, the tall cloud is what led the Israelites out of Egypt. That's the cloud that they followed. They gave them directions on where to go. And the Lord would speak with Moses. So when the people saw the cloud at the entrance of the tent, they would go to the entrance of their own tents and bow down and worship God. So basically, they standing at the doorway of their tents, bowing down on their knees, worshiping God. In this way, the Lord spoke to Moses face to face, like a man speak with his friends. Then Moses would go back to the camp, but his helper, Joshua, son of Nun, always stayed in the tent. So Moses always stayed in the office. Verse 12, Moses said to the Lord, you told me to lead these people, but you did not say who you would send with me. You said to me, I know you very well, and I'm pleased with you. If I have really pleased you, then teach me your ways. I want to know you. Then I can continue to please you. Remember that these people are your nation. The Lord answered, I myself will go with you. I will lead you. Then Moses said to him, if you don't go with us, then don't make us leave this place. Also, how will we know if you are pleased with me and these people? Excuse me. If you go with us, we'll know for sure. If you don't go with us, these people and I be no different from any other people on earth. Then the Lord said to Moses, I'll do what you ask. I'll do this because I'm pleased with you and because I know you very well. Then Moses said, now please show me your glory. Then the Lord answered, hold on, pause. So Moses like, look, Lord, please show me your glory. What is glory? Glory is magnificence. Magnificence is like, um, it's when something is incredibly grand, beautiful, awesome, uh impressive. That's what magnificent the glory is, basically. Show me. Moses like, look, these people are stressing me out, Lord. Show me something beautiful at this point. Show me something grand, beautiful. Show me your glory. Then the Lord answered in verse 19, I'll show my love and mercy to anyone I want to. So I'll cause my perfect goodness to pass by in front of you, and I will speak my name. Hey, stop with that ball and open the dryer. And I'll speak my name, Yahweh, so that you can hear it, but you cannot see my face. No one can see me and continue to live. Then the Lord said, here is a place for you to stand by me on this large rock. I'll put you in a large crack in that rock. Then I'll cover you with my hand, and my glory will pass by. Then I will take away my hand, and you will see my back, but you will not see my face. So the Lord is saying, look, nobody can stand face to face with me and live. It can't happen. For one, the Lord is too powerful. He's too, yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. You would just clean flat out die. Yeah, you can't do it. Um, Chapter 34, and this is our last chapter for today. Okay, so then the Lord said to Moses, make 2 more stone tablets like the first 2 that were broken, the ones when you just went down there and threw them down that I made. Yeah, make them over. He said, I'll write the same words on these stones that were written on the first 2 stones. Be ready tomorrow morning and come up on Mount Sinai. Stand before me there on the Lord, these people don't listen to anything. Jesus Christ. Open the dryer. Um, be ready tomorrow morning and come up on Mount Sinai. Stand before me there on the top of the mountain. No one will be allowed to come with you. No one should even be seen anywhere on the mountain. Even your herds of animal or flocks of sheep will not be allowed to eat grass at the bottom of the mountain. So Moses made 2 more stone tablets like the first ones. Early the next morning, Moses went up Mount Sinai, just as the Lord had commanded. Moses carried the 2 stone tablets with him. Then the Lord came down to him in a cloud, stood there with Moses, and spoke his own name. That is, the Lord passed in front of Moses and said, Yahweh. The Lord is a kind and merciful God. He is slow to become angry. He is